All right, so we're at day 4, and I've got an interesting one for you because I want to take you all the way back to when the day started, take you through our travels, show you some scenes of some cars, and then finish back up with a summary of the day as we finished exploring the Gulf Coast for expansion of our business and how you can do the same and some of the lessons we've learned along the way. Here we go, friends. Let's dive right in. All right, it's day 4. It's early. Just got up. And here we are. Here's a travel hack for you. If you don't learn nothing else from this channel, learn this. Pack you some good old-fashioned water bottles. Put them in the refrigerator, because when you wake up the night before, wake up in the morning, it's early. You got cold, fresh water to put with all your good creatine, with all your good BCAAs and all the stuff. All right, time to go downstairs, get busy working before we start this day, before we get our adventure underway. So we're back from a day of exploring, a day of meetings, a day of learning, a day of trying to figure it out. And more importantly, how to help you figure out your adventure, your business, how to take your idea from 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 10, and so forth. So we're in a new region, we're in the Gulf Coast, and we're trying to figure out how do we expand our business here now that we've got some traction. So we met early this morning, the Innovation Center, super cool in Mobile. And you've got multiple hub and spoke systems going around. Met there to kind of talk shop. So think co-working space, think incubator, think mentorship. And it was cool. It was good. We really met some wonderful people, great companies in there, early stage to all the way to the Alabama Economic Development folks. And then we decided to hit the local coffee shop next to some of the bigger players in the market. And that was fun too. Very busy, very cutesy, very fun, worked for a couple hours. And then we got the idea of, hey, let's visit some folks who operate in our space. So we're in the fabrication, manufacturing business. Let's see who's in the area doing that. So spent the time dissecting who are the players in our region. It's a little bit difficult because we had not planned ahead for this, so we were just reaching out, cold calling. Who are the players? What do they do? So we used all the cool new innovation AI tools to do that, and then decided to reach out to a few, went and visited them, super awesome. And we were talking to anybody from small, think mom and pop type players, all the way to folks who actually built what we do and knew how to do things that we're doing. So it was super fun. So friends, it is a journey. And so the journey of building businesses starts with an idea, a problem, and then trying to solve something bigger than what we're able to do. And so, I don't know. Hang on, my phone's ringing. I don't know who this is, so we'll send it to voicemail. But trying to understand, how do we find a problem that we want to identify? How do we then solve that problem? And then how do we grow a business that makes impact? And so 0 to 1, the idea is sometimes where people get caught up. Remember, solve a problem. 1 to 3 is when you get that first customer. That's our traction building. That's where we've got to be adaptable, focused, and learning. And I think the biggest things that we deal with are how to not get spread too thin as an early stage startup. How do we focus in on the one thing that we're good at? And how do we get the right people around us? People, purpose, process. Process is in the world we're living in today, the innovation, the foundational elements that we want to build early on. So friends, now we are heading out here in a bit to go to work on our laptops, catch up on a lot of business, and then get ready to hit it again tomorrow, where we got more meetings, more adventure seeking. Content leads to conversations, leads to connections, leads to opportunities. I said that wrong. Content leads to connection, leads to conversation, leads to opportunity. If we can do that right, we can win. All right, friends, pretty excited today. Been a good one. Really understand the ecosystem by being present here, out in the wild, learning, growing, doing every single day, and encourage you to do the same. Because together, I think the world is built around ecosystems now, not individual solopreneurs, but ecosystems of businesses, ecosystems of founders like you doing business together, helping each other to grow, to thrive, to lead our people, our ideas into the next new tomorrow that we're experiencing. All right, friends, Andy Smith, let's keep this journey going.